Hey happy homemakers, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going through my linen closet, tossing out any worn out items and doing a little bit of organizing as well. One of my goals for the year 2019 is to pick a different area of either my life or my home each month and spend a little time decluttering and organizing that area. And today that's going to be my bed sheets, my towels, my kitchen towels, all of that stuff. And as you see, I have a very small linen closet, so I'm going to try to do what I can to organize this, but I also need to just purge and have like the bare minimum amount of linens as possible in there. So the first thing I like to do when tackling any task, which I don't know if this is the best way, but it's the way that works for me, is to just completely empty out the space. I find this makes a lot of sense when I go back to organize because I can just see the whole area completely and just have like a vision of how I want to reorganize everything. So the first thing I'm going to be organizing are all of my bed linens. I just put them all out on my kitchen table, and I went through seeing which ones were either too old or I just didn't need. So the first ones I got rid of were just a king size bed sheet set that we never use. We don't have a king bed, and so there's no reason for me to hang on to it. So I was going to donate that one to Goodwill, and then I kind of refolded everything more neatly. I decided to organize this time around by putting the fitted sheet inside of the regular sheet and then just folding it in thirds. And since it's going on a really narrow but deep shelf, I tried to fold them that way so that I could also stick a basket for the pillowcases right next to it. So that's why I folded them the way I did. A good rule of thumb is to have 2 sets of sheets per bed. If you can have 3, that's great, but we don't have the space for it. But I find that having 2 is like the bare minimum, so you can put one back on your bed while you're washing the other set. So I have 2 sets of twin sheets and 3 sets of queen sheets. One is currently on our bed. Marcus and Chloe still have crib size mattresses, and I only have 3 total of that size of sheet, so I really need to get a couple more, but I want to make them, and I might do that in a DIY video. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I really liked the way that I folded these. I think it's really gonna be convenient to have the sets together when I go to pull one out. Next, I just went through all of my pillowcases, refolding them and also tossing any that were just dingy. I folded all of my pillowcases in thirds lengthwise and then turned them and folded them in thirds again. I found that this was just a really nice size and shape to fit in my very small closet. A lot of my white pillowcases are very dingy, so what I plan to do moving forward is to have patterned pillowcases for any that we are actually going to sleep on, and then save the white pillowcases as the ones that are actually going to be showing on top of our other pillows. All of my patterned ones just looked pretty good still, and more than half of my white ones I had to get rid of. We had so many pillowcases that even though I ended up getting rid of more than half, I still had enough for everyday use. I like to have 2 sets of pillows for every pillow in the house. So since there's 4 pillows on my bed, I have 8 pillowcases for us. To help me organize, I just grabbed a couple of these really inexpensive but nice looking baskets from Target. So I grabbed a couple sizes to see which ones I would want to use, and the long one was perfect for my pillowcases, and I set them up on their ends so I could easily just see all of my pillowcases and pick the ones I wanted. As you can see, I really don't have room for any more of this, but the way it was all folded and organized, it fit really neatly in the shelf. Next, I'm going through all of my bathroom towels, and also some swimming towels as well. There's so much in that shelf that it just really needs to be purged and organized. I just got rid of anything that didn't match the rest of what we had or was too old. I like to save a couple of the oldest towels though for like Pup if he gets really muddy and he needs to come in the house or something. So I did hang on to a couple of those gray ones even though they are stained. They're just for like wiping up the floor and stuff like that. One way to keep everything neat and tidy in the closet is to fold everything the same way. I like to fold my bathroom towels lengthwise in fourths, and then again lengthwise, but this time in thirds. And again, I just find that way they fit much better in my very narrow shelves. After that, I just folded my washcloths, getting rid of anything that was old or didn't match. It looks like I have very little washcloths right now, but a lot of them were in the laundry at the moment. I fold my washcloths in thirds lengthwise and then in half and stand them up on their ends in the basket. One side is for our washcloths and the other side is for Marcus and Chloe's. I find the more time that goes on, everything kind of just gets folded wrong and just kind of sloppy. So it really is a good idea to go through stuff once in a while and just refold everything. And that's just the amount of towels I have in my guest bathroom. I do have 4 bathroom towels hanging up in my master bath. That's another way to organize when you have a really small linen space, is to just hang them up in the bathroom. So that's where ours are. And I find just a good rule of thumb is to have at least 2 washcloths per person and at least 2 bath towels per person. There are some beach towels also that belong in that shelf. Obviously it's winter, so we're not even using right now, so I'm just going to fold them as narrow as possible so that they'll fit in the very back of the closet. My favorite part is after the work is done, just watching everything come together. So I stick my bath towels in the very back and then some of Marcus and Chloe's extra ones because we have their normal ones hanging up in the bathroom, so I don't need to get to them all the time. And then our bath towels on the left hand side and the basket of washcloths on the right. And then I'm just sticking any extra blankets that we save for when company comes or it's just an extra cold night on the very top shelf. So even though my linen closet is very small, I feel like the baskets are going to help me keep things more organized and tidy looking. So the next area of my house that I wanted to tackle was my hand towel, my kitchen hand towel and dishcloth drawer. There's just so many towels in there that I've had for years that just kind of need to be gotten rid of because they're just so old and worn out. So the first thing I did was go through everything, just kind of looking over that hand towel. One of the hand towels I still had from our wedding, so I got rid of that one because it's been 5 years, and got rid of all of my hand towels because they were just so dingy. And then with anything that was still good enough to be kept, I just folded it neatly and put them in piles according to texture, which might be kind of weird, but I like my thinnest ones that I use for drying, and then the thicker ones that I like to put underneath wet dishes in another pile. And then the third pile is for the more decorative ones that I set out on the counter for drying off hands. I like to have about 8 dish drying hand towels and then probably 4 to 6 more decorative hand towels to dry my hands off, and that seems to be enough for our family. After I'd gone through every area and just purged anything that was too worn out to keep, I sat down and I made a list of what I needed to be replaced. So I needed to completely replace all of my dishcloths. I like to have 8 of them on hand. It just seems to be a really good amount for me. And I needed to get 2 hand towels for my master bath. Those seem to wear out the fastest. For now, I'm just going to be keeping all of my IKEA hand towels because it's going to take a while for me to get out there and get some more because they're so inexpensive. I like to get them there. So I'm just going to hang on to my dingy ones for now until I can make a trip. But I did end up getting 2 nice new hand towels and then 8 new dishcloths from Target. I really like their white organic bamboo dishcloths. I just think they're really nice looking and feeling. And then I have 2 brand new hand towels from the Magnolia Home line that I really love. After that, I just set everything back in my drawer. And then I put the 2 decorative hand towels in my colander that I like to keep on my windowsill, and I think it just looks really nice that way. I'm going to try to keep tidying up and keep it this way because it just looks so nice. I hope that this video really inspired you to go through and organize your own home. Let me know by giving this video a like if it did. Thank you guys so much for watching. You are the best subscribers on YouTube, and I am so thankful for every single one of you. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.